Yo, yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to a new video. As you can see, we're in my studio. Still some work in progress. Got to get some panels and stuff up. So hopefully we can start recording videos out of here instead of my apartment. If there's any weird shadowing, stuff like that, sorry about that. Still trying to, get it together and figure out the best angle, maybe get some gear in the camera or something like that. I kind of wanted to do like a follow-up video on my video that I dropped earlier this week with Safari Pedals, talking about the herd. So if you haven't gone to see that, go check it out, because this video will kind of make a little bit more sense on why I'm making it. I kind of just wanted to show maybe a better example of parallel compression and the way that I like to use it, because personally I'm not using parallel compression all the time. It is in my template, but I don't know, for every 5 mixes I'm using parallel compression like once, specifically vocals, drums, and bass. I'm not really using parallel compression on that much. I just don't really find a need for it. I'm not saying it's not necessary or it doesn't work. For me personally, there's just other ways of achieving what people try to achieve, or that they do achieve, with using parallel compression. When it comes to anything percussive, when it comes to something that's programmed or something that's from like Splice, if it's like a loop or something, really for me, I'm just trying to get a little bit more energy out of the loop or the sample or whatever the case is. Obviously, like I always say, it has to make sense for the track, so it's not just something I automatically do. But I would say for the most part, just a little bit of it can go a long way. And I think I have a good example here today. It's this song that I'm currently mixing, that I produced with a good artist, who was also featured in the last video, Tommy Bravos. Yeah, let's just talk about it. I'm blabbering. So I got this hi-hat, right? Let me go ahead and bypass this. So, it's just a loop that I got on Splice, or maybe like some sort of sound bank or something. I don't know. Wherever I found it, it's probably Splice. We could benefit from parallel compression. It sounds cool. There's a lot of energy and stuff. And let me go ahead, just for some reference, I'll at least play the drums. So, obviously in the groove of the drums, it makes sense. But I just think that we can get a little bit more energy out of it. I just think that, we're really not getting the most out of the sample we can get. Because who knows, whatever the person made or used to make this hi-hat, even if it was just them programming it, let's just say they happen to have or add like a little bit of reverb or delay to the actual sample, but it's not really there. Maybe they didn't blend it in all the way because that's something they were going for. So I think with parallel compression, we get something like that. And yeah, you can use any compressor. I mean, I'm using the SSL J channel, by Plugin Alliance. So being able to just add a little bit of energy versus, so like, we're getting all those little like nuances, those little in between things that are happening in between each hi-hat, if that makes sense. And to me, like, obviously on its own it sounds, messy. It's obviously sounds over compressed and stuff like that, but with being able to do that, it just adds a little bit more energy to the track. And, obviously if I could play the whole song, it would make a lot more sense. But I think, you get the gist of it. It just goes from this basic hi-hat loop that, you're just adding to your drums, to this, I don't know, this other thing, this like super energetic, smashed hi-hat, but maybe it's not a hi-hat because like the compression is making it a little messy, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully it makes sense. Like I said, I just wanted to do like a follow-up video on show maybe like a better example, or more real world like mix that I'm working on, and kind of like explain exactly what's happening in a song and why I would do something like this. Like, share, subscribe. Keep using my affiliate links. I appreciate you guys using my PSP code, and obviously my Safari Pedals link. Anyways, I appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.